A lot of people believe that if you're a Christian, you're supposed to just get by, live humbly and avoid chasing success because money is the root of all evil. There is this weird belief that faith and financial success don't mix, like running a profitable business is somehow wrong. But what if I told you that the Bible actually teaches financial principles that are more powerful than any MBA? Seriously, while some people are out here struggling, others are applying biblical wisdom that's helping them multiply their resources, build thriving businesses, and create lasting impact without compromising their faith. Let's be clear, God does not condemn wealth. He condemns poor stewardship. Just look at the parable of the talents in Matthew 25. The guy who played it safe and buried his money, he lost everything. Meanwhile, the ones who took risks, invested, and multiplied their resources, they were rewarded. So today I'm breaking down 5 business skills that can take your finances to the next level, all rooted in timeless biblical wisdom. And trust me, these aren't just theories. They work for anyone willing to apply them with intelligence and faith. Welcome to Flourish in Wealth, where financial freedom begins. Now let's dive into the first skill that can take your business to the next level. First off, let's talk about innovation and creativity. Guys, success in business isn't just about working hard, it's about thinking differently, spotting opportunities before anyone else. Think about Jesus. He wasn't just another teacher. He completely changed the way people thought about God, faith, and life. He didn't teach the way religious leaders of his time did. He used parables, stories, and miracles to communicate deep truths in ways that made sense to the average person. That's innovation. One of the biggest examples of innovation in the Bible is the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, verses 14 to 30. 3 servants were given money. The first 2 invested and doubled their money. But the third one, he was afraid of losing it, so he buried it. The master came back and rewarded the first 2, but took everything away from the third one. The lesson? God expects us to take what we're given and multiply it. Playing it safe isn't faith, it's fear. Let's look at Joseph in Egypt. Back in Genesis 41, Joseph saw an economic crisis coming. Instead of waiting for disaster, he created a plan. He stored up resources, prepared for the famine, and because of that, Egypt became the wealthiest nation while everyone else was starving. This same principle applies in business. The best entrepreneurs don't wait for a crisis, they prepare. They identify trends, solve real problems, and find ways to bring value to people's lives. And you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Think about Uber. They didn't invent taxis, they just created a new, more convenient way to use them. Netflix didn't invent movies, they just changed how people watch them. Apple didn't invent the smartphone, they just made it better. That's innovation. Innovation isn't about reinventing the wheel, it's about making things more valuable. So ask yourself, how can I improve something that already exists? What problems need solving? How can I use my creativity to build something valuable? Because fear of failure stops a lot of people. But faith plus action equals success. Just like Peter walking on water in Matthew 14, he only did it because he had the courage to step out. And in business, taking calculated risks is part of growth. You have to keep learning, keep testing, and keep trusting that God gives wisdom to those who ask. Proverbs 8:12. But innovation alone isn't enough. The next step is learning how to turn great ideas into real revenue. Next point, let's talk about sales. A lot of people hate selling. They think it's sleazy or manipulative. But guys, selling is one of the most powerful tools God has given us to create provision. Jesus didn't just walk around telling people, "Follow me," with no explanation. He understood people's needs and spoke in ways that made sense to them. He used parables, stories, and miracles to connect with people on a personal level. That's exactly how great sales work. It's not about pushing a product, it's about solving a problem. Jesus was the best communicator and problem solver of all time. Look at the Apostle Paul also. He was one of the greatest missionaries ever, but he was also a tent maker. He worked, sold his products, and funded his ministry. He didn't sit around waiting for money. He made money while spreading the gospel. So if the Bible doesn't have a problem with selling, why do so many entrepreneurs? Selling isn't about tricking people, it's about solving problems. The best businesses thrive because they communicate value. Think about Apple. They don't sell phones, they sell status and convenience. Think about Starbucks. They don't sell coffee, they sell an experience. Now let's break this down practically. If you're struggling with sales in your business, you need to ask yourself, am I solving a real problem? Businesses exist to solve problems. If your product or service isn't solving a real issue, people won't pay for it. Are you communicating the value clearly? If people don't understand what you're offering and why it matters, they won't buy. Are you charging based on value, not just effort? Some people undercharge because they feel guilty about making money. But if what you offer provides real value, you should price it accordingly. And let's also talk about multiple streams of income. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2 says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Translation? Never rely on just one source of income. Wealthy people don't. They diversify. They have multiple revenue streams. If you only have one income source, you're putting yourself at risk. Smart businesses create multiple income streams, launching new products, expanding online, or adding subscription models. That's how you protect yourself from financial instability. And if you want financial freedom, you need to create a system where money works for you, not just the other way around. Jesus fed 5,000 people not by cooking more, but by multiplying resources. John 6 verses 11 to 14. And in business, scaling is key. That brings us to the next point, how you manage what you make. 3. Resource management. Making money is one thing, keeping it and growing it is another. Proverbs 21 verse 20 says, the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. In simple terms, rich people save and invest. Broke people spend everything. And that's exactly why so many entrepreneurs struggle. They increase their income, but also increase their expenses. Look at Joseph in Egypt. He didn't just interpret Pharaoh's dream about the famine. He created a financial strategy that saved the entire nation. The lesson? Don't just make money, manage it wisely. One big mistake that people make is taking up unnecessary debt. The Bible warns, the borrower is slave to the lender, Proverbs 22 verse 7. And yet so many business owners start with huge loans. Debt can be a tool, but if you rely on it too much, it controls you. The wealthiest entrepreneurs avoid unnecessary debt and reinvest profits wisely. And just like before, diversification is key. The Bible literally says, invest in 7, yes, in 8 ventures. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Find ways to create multiple revenue streams, but here's the real secret. Wealth without purpose is meaningless. That's why we need to talk about generosity and impact. Hey, I want to hear from you. Here's what I want you to do. Type action in the comments if you're ready to take the next step in your journey. Whether it's launching your business, innovating your current idea, or learning something new, action is a reminder that the next move starts with you. And if you're finding value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the algorithm and it really supports the channel so I can keep bringing you more content like this. Let's get back to it. 4. Leadership. Guys, no successful business is built alone. If you want to grow and scale, you need to develop leadership and team building skills. You can't do everything yourself, not if you want to build something sustainable. And here's the thing, many entrepreneurs struggle with this. They start off doing everything on their own, marketing, sales, accounting, customer service. At first it makes sense because you're trying to save money, but eventually you hit a limit. Your business can only grow as much as you can handle. Let's talk about Moses. When Moses was leading the Israelites out of Egypt, he was basically running a one-man show. People were coming to him all day, every day with their problems, asking him to make decisions and solving disputes, and guess what? It was exhausting. He was stretched so thin that he was heading for burnout. Then his father-in-law Jethro came in with some life-changing advice. In Exodus 18, verses 17 to 18, Jethro tells him, what you are doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone. Basically, Jethro was telling Moses, you need to stop doing everything yourself and start building a team. So Moses took his advice. He trained leaders. He created a system where others handled smaller cases, and he only dealt with the major issues. And suddenly, everything became more efficient. The people got the help they needed, and Moses wasn't drowning in work anymore. If you're just starting out, you might think, I'm not ready to build a team yet. But leadership isn't just about hiring employees, it's about knowing how to work with people, build partnerships, and create systems that don't rely only on you. Here's what you can do. Even if you're just starting, start small. Maybe you can't afford employees yet, but can you outsource small tasks? Websites like Fiverr or Upwork let you hire freelancers for affordable prices. Find a mentor. Just like Moses had Jethro, you need people who have been where you're going. Learning from others will help you avoid costly mistakes. Use automation. You might not be able to hire staff yet, but you can use tools to take work off your plate. Automate emails, scheduling, and invoicing so you have more time to focus on growth. If you're just starting, you might not see yourself as a leader yet. But leadership isn't about titles. It's about how you handle challenges and work with others. 5. Generosity. Most businesses focus on profit, few focus on purpose. But the Bible says it is more blessed to give than to receive. Acts 20:35. And this isn't just a spiritual truth, it's a business principle. Look at Interstate Batteries, $1 billion company that puts faith and generosity at the core of its business. Their mission? to glorify God while providing customers with the most reliable source of power. They fund ministries and missions worldwide. They treat employees well and serve people, not just profits. And guess what? They're thriving. Because generosity and success go hand in hand. Generosity isn't just about giving money. It's about creating impact. Tithe from your business profits. Malachi 3 verse 10 promises blessings when we give. Give strategically. True generosity is intentional and aligned with your business growth. Use your wealth for purpose. The goal isn't just to make money, it's to create a legacy. God blesses those who use their wealth wisely. When you make money the right way, everybody wins. Guys, at the end of the day, success isn't just about having a great idea, it's about what you do with it. The difference between people who stay stuck and those who break through is simple. They take action. You've got to think bigger, plan smarter, and move boldly. Sitting on the sidelines, overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment. That's a trap. The truth is, no one feels 100% ready when they start. But those who win are the ones who start anyway. So let me ask you, what's the one move you know you need to make but keep putting off? Maybe it's finally launching that business idea, investing in yourself, or taking the first step toward financial freedom. Whatever it is, it's time to stop waiting and start moving. Because the reality is, God has already given you everything you need to succeed. The question is, will you use it? If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this other video right here. You don't want to miss it.